Continue. The popular saying, it takes a village, can mean so many things for families.
But it also is hard to hear for those parents who do not have that village. And to help, the Misfit Mamas, who we've met before on Mommy Monday, are trying to make their dream become a big reality.
And Shea, Wordell, the CEO and founder, as well as Casey Harvey, COO of Misfit Mamas, are here. We started our conversation over on WFSB, and we're happy to have you back on the wax.
Yes.
Thank you.
Nice to see you guys.
So really quick, could you just give us an overview of what the Misfit Mamas are all about? You guys, how many members do you have now?
Over 6,500
That's
here
incredible.
just from moms in Connecticut.
All over Connecticut.
Yes.
In 18 months' time.
In 18 months' time.
Yes. 18 months' time.
Wow.
Wow.
So this is a group where you can do meetups, right? You have virtual options too for those who can't come in person.
Yeah, we have volunteers that are licensed professionals that volunteer alongside of our peers to lead peer support groups. That way that if there's ever a mom that's struggling while they're connecting with their peers, they have that professional to help hook them up with those resources available to them, so they're never just like hanging out and floating and struggling alone.
Free and weekly.
Yep, and then we have our weekly meetups throughout the week and weekends that
Most of
families
which are
can
free.
go.
And are they in one set location, or do you guys hop around the state?
We are all over the state wherever we have volunteers. So
Okay.
we always tell people if they're looking for more in their area, we are always accepting new volunteers. But we have a lot of meetups at libraries. We have partnerships with different locations we work with. There are a lot of our volunteers closer to the Southington area, but we are always looking to spread.
What would a volunteer do?
Oh, what don't they do? So we have actually a couple different types of volunteers we can have. We have volunteers that help at our events, that they can come in and they are there to just kind of be that helpful, friendly face that other moms can look for. So we have our signage or our shirts, so when people go to a meetup, they're never found themselves alone. They see that there is a Misfit Mama there, there's a volunteer, there's someone there that they can connect with. They can also help with our special needs events or our special events. We have virtual support groups that we have volunteers for. We also have volunteers on the back end. We have volunteers anywhere that they are willing to help. We are willing to compromise. We have people who help us keep our websites going.
We're volunteers.
We are also all volunteers.
You run it, but you're a volunteer.
Our entire
too.
board of directors are volunteer based. We are all
Yeah, none of us get paid for
here
doing
out of
this.
Wow, that's
just loving our
incredible.
mission.
You
So
just, there's just something you get out of it much deeper, right?
Yeah.
That you
It
get
just
paid,
resonates with us, yeah.
Absolutely. All right, so recently you've been exploring the opportunity to open a Misfit Family Center on a near 33-acre property in Southington. And you say that this property is already equipped for what you want to do.
It is perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty perfect. I actually live right down the road from it on the Bristol line, so I get to drive by it every day and I just dream about it and manifest it. But the very unique thing is it has these two buildings that are all of maybe 20 or so square feet in size difference, and they mirror each other. And what we want to do with them is we want to have our main family center, then we want to have the other one designed and staffed specifically for families of special needs, so that when that main center is too overstimulating or overwhelming, they can go there. But also they can go and connect with professionals in that building that might provide different services that their family might need.
Better equipped.
Then there's the big, the other side of the whole property, which has a lot of potential. There's one building specific that we want to have for our community care collective, formerly known as the Helping Hands program, where they would have their social workers in their offices, but then there's this big hall that used to be the rec center that we want to turn into like the community care closet, where families that are struggling for diapers, wipes, food, clothing, they'd be able to go and work with a volunteer to kind of create their own care
Essentially
package.
shop for free.
Wow.
Yeah. So kind of give back that dignity of not handing them a care package that doesn't fit them, and essentially they're looking at things that they might not use. They can go to the shelves and take what they need and make sure that they're actually getting the resources that are going to help them
In their own
out.
time too,
In their own
right?
time, yep.
Yeah,
It's
that's
very,
great.
it's anonymous.
Yes.
You don't have
Yeah.
to, you know, physically go to a public event, which it's wonderful that we have so many things like that, but sometimes it's hard for people, right?
Yeah.
To show their
and
face.
it's hard to ask for help,
Yeah.
but it's a lot easier for many people when we're offering an actual offer instead of like, what can we do to help, where it's like, nothing, I guess I'm okay. It's like, which foods off these shelves do you need? Do you need
Right.
formula? Do you need diapers? How can we help you? Yep.
What size clothes is your child going into? Like, what do you need for school supplies as they're heading into school this year?
And our community care collective is already doing that, just on a smaller scale.
Wow.
And we cannot wait to get them
I love
bigger
the fact
space.
that the daycare is going to be open from 6 to 10
Yes.
p.m.
That's the biggest thing that
Drop-in
we see moms talking
availabilities.
about all the time is the daycare. So first of all, we've been seeing a very big uptick of families with special needs children who don't have that resources
Right.
or the people to take care of their children, and they're desperately looking. And so like that center would have a daycare specifically equipped and staffed so that those families know that their children's needs are always met no matter what their abilities are, so they can take care of themselves, go to a doctor's appointment, go on a date, do something to keep their family and their coupleness alive.
Sure.
But then also for other families, like our main center, we see all the time, moms want to go to an interview to take that next step and like get back into the to their careers.
To have a job interview, to be able to afford
Especially
childcare.
after this pandemic, right? When so many women ended up leaving their posts in the career world because they had to go back to their families who are home, right?
And then the divorce rate is higher than any, and I'm always the one that's saying, like, I know why. It's because the village doesn't exist, and we're drowning, and we're not sleeping, and when do you have time to connect with your partner?
Right.
You don't get to go out on a date anymore.
Right.
This would allow them the ability to drop their children off and actually go and connect and talk, have that weekly meeting where they're like, hey, what do you need? What do I need? What do the kids need? And then they can go pick their kids up and restart their week.
Yeah, just refresh,
Wow.
take a break.
All right, so you guys are currently trying to raise $10 million so you can purchase this property, make any needed renovations, repairs, and establish job opportunities as well.
Yes.
So how can we help?
So donations are
Biggest thing
definitely
is donations,
needed.
yep.
We're chasing grants and all that stuff available, and we're doing a lot of fundraising efforts. But I always say that we're stronger as a community than we are apart. And this is something that we really need. You know, Section 8 doesn't exist really. There's a huge wait list. This program allows them to take budgeting classes and things while they're in that housing program with us, so that when they transition out of it, they have those tools to
Well, we can't
succeed.
thank you enough for being on the show.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much for having
And
us.
thank you for
It's a
everything you're
pleasure.
doing so far, and we can't wait
Oh, it's
to
our pleasure.
see this thing grow. Thank you so much.